I wake up surrounded by a circle of golden leaves. I don't know how long I've been here, but it feels like a very long time. It takes a while to get my bearings, find an awareness. Around me stand the others. Some have been there for as long as me, others not so long. Limbs are long, slender, curved, twisted, like giant snakes exploring the air. Skin is thick and deeply grooved, like that of an elephant, rippling with pattern, colour-rich, and smelling like mushrooms and wet earth. And then I begin to remember. When I came to this place in my human form, a mist covered the land, and I felt as if I was in a dream. Strange sensations and emotions disrupted my body, and I was filled with the disquiet of trepidation. The air around me felt electric, my skin tingled, and I watched in horror and wonder as it began to change. My legs thickened and grew taller, and my pale, tan complexion darkened slowly into a dark olive brown, no longer smooth but textured and riven. What followed next was impossible to stop, terrifying and uncontrollable, like giving birth 100 times. Growths burst from my body, tearing and splitting from my hips, my stomach and my chest, each time a tumultuous surge of energy from within me. Each time I thought would be the last, and each time I thought I wouldn't survive the next. Massive tidal waves of pain overwhelmed me and came screaming with each growth as it ripped its way out and formed a new limb. Deep guttural yells, loud and dark, bass notes from within my soul. 2 times 3 growths that felt like 900 growths took 9 days in human time, but in this space I had found myself. Time wasn't the same. It used a different clock, one that wasn't counted, rushed, or competed with. It was patterned time, synchronous earth time, and my pain stretched. When I thought my energy would sap with each growth, instead it was imbued with renewed vigour as I formed new limbs. Contained within the limbs were the umbilical cords that would never be severed as they flowed down throughout my body, making us as one living being. And I felt my energy return. It was a supernatural feeling. Although I couldn't move, I felt grounded. This energy I had was as if I was a god, as if I was Cananus, coming from and belonging to the wild, to the patterned time, to the deep, dark earth. The next stage felt less strenuous. The pain subsided, and an almost satisfying sensation came over me as smaller limbs and finally curly fingers branched out in fractal arrangements. And now I am awake and searching for light, my fingers stretching and shaking in the travelling grey sky above me. I no longer have a human voice, but I can make sounds. When the wind whips and winds around my complex shape, I squeak and creak. Cold raindrops bounce and tap rhythms all over my body, massaging my limbs, refreshing my spine. Small low notes become bigger lower notes, then gradually rising into faster higher notes. I stand within these noises, this otherworldly soundscape, rushing and echoing down and around, dripping, dropping and popping, pipping, slopping and ticking. Ticking the earth clock with no hands, stopping and starting in timeless surges that seep through the gold surrounding me. As the water soaks down into the earth below, taking with it nourishment from the decomposing leaves, my feet drink in the dark liquid, storing it in long toes that intersect and form an underground network with my brothers and sisters, friends and foes, until I can use it to grow buds that become bright green, fresh green, cellulose shapes on my fingers. Under the earth, in the dark, magic abounds. life is constant. Energy surges slowly but with purpose through the tightly woven network, flowing like a river, branching out into streams that trickle through bright white, electric light tiny threads that tickle and colonize the surrounding soil. I am strong, but together we are stronger. Through the underground weaving, like a rod, we send messages and gifts of love to each other, gifts that nourish, heal, and warn of danger. The fungi are listening, we listen. The fungi ask, we answer, we ask. The fungi answers. We trade sugar for water, and we listen. We are listening. For so long we have listened and loved. From the darkest depths of our memory, an ancient age long gone, a time forgot by humankind. We know when the seasons are changing, and if spring will be early. We know what is coming. My sisters have produced more fruit than ever this year to prepare for hope in the dark. The dark is coming, dig your roots down into the ground. Make fruits abundant, seasons have gone, time isn't time. Oh, Coral Beach, where did you go? I've looked all over the land for you. Oh, chestnut sweet, where did you go? I've looked all over the land for you. I'm in a place of quietude, a place where I bide my time. I'm in a place of quietude, a place where I bide my time. For one day, yes, one day, my love, I will be with you. For one day, yes, one day, my love, I will be with you. Winter, like a wild animal, comes bounding, leaping, howling and growling. Wild winds rip through like a deranged and angry spirit. Rain smacks into me like a sheet of razors cutting into my skin of bark. It no longer falls in drips, but in sudden torrents that wash me and flood the valley below. When the cold comes, we lie still, silent as the pure white snow that falls, silent as the owl that flies in the cool blue sky. Then the relentless rain returns and the storms rage once again. Make fruits abundant, seasons have gone, time isn't time. Oh, below, where did you go? I've looked all over the land for you. Oh, silver birch, where did you go? I've looked all over the land for you. I'm in a place of quietude, a place where I rest my time. I'm in a place of quietude, a place where I rest my time. For one day, yes, one day, my love, I will be with you. For one day, yes, one day, my love, I will be with you. The storms continue for years. Sometimes it is hot, so hot it's hard to breathe. And then it is cold, so cold, ice cold, frozen frozen sea cold. During this time, I retreated into my roots under the ground. I sleep for 900 years, and as I sleep, I am dreaming. My fingers are scratching beneath the solid earth for a sign of life, a gift, a thread, a tendril of hope. But the world is silent in hardness. There's no noise, no life, no trees. I lie still. I try to remember. Through the darkness, shadowy patterns shapeshift into my thoughts, playing out behind my closed eyelids. I'm afraid to open my eyes that feel weighted down by the earth. I remember King Balin, who needed an army of men with ropes to winch open his eyes so he could destroy anyone he looked at. The sun god at his hottest, with no mercy, burning with rage. I keep my eyes tight shut, but I feel the shame, the disgrace. I am Hades, who has taken Persephone. I am Math, who has turned Blodweth into Night Owl. I am blind Tiresias, who watched Athena bathing, and I am the Morrigan, who sees the end of time. I was part of the great unravelling. I left footprints heavy with guilty blood, cutting the threads of life like Atropos and mortar. And I think of poor Ornia, raped by Aelil, and I begin to weep. I cried a river under the hardened earth for 7,000 years. Soaking through the bone-dry ground, the earth became moist above me, and pools of black water formed. As I found the courage to open my eyes, I saw an opening in one of the dark pools, and through the tiny hole, a shaft of light shone through like a silver spear that hit the back of my eyes and reflected back into the brightening dawn sky.